Hola, hola, people. Forgot to wipe the. I'm clear. What's going on? Hello, hello. Where are you watching from? Let me know, because we get international around here. From folks, I looked at my analytics. 50% are on my channel is from the United States. I think it was like 20% is from the UK, 7% is Ghana, and then Germany and Canada. I'm like, what? People are watching from way over there. So let me know where you are from. And the cities, the top cities is Ghana. What was the second one? London and New York. So that's how we get down, folks. So put in the comment section where you're watching from to let me know the comment section works, because one time I did a whole 45-minute live stream and I thought no one wanted to talk to me back. Hey, we got Toronto, Canada. Didn't I just say Canada is one of the top peoples? I did a whole 45-minute live stream and I thought I was by myself, but I wasn't. I was not by myself. One second. Am I still good? I had to plug in the Ethernet because I want to make sure I do not go out on y'all. North Carolina and the ATM. ATM, where's your testimonial? You said you're going to send a testimonial. I'm still waiting for it. You said it. You volunteered yourself. When will you come through with your testimonial, ATM? Your girl is waiting. Okay, so just give people a little bit more time to log in. I'm going to show my Chicago. Ooh, how do I say that? Kiana's. Oh, Kiana. That makes sense. Kiana's journey. This is the first time I've seen your name. Hey, girl. If you're a female, sorry. If you're not, my apologies. Okay, let me do my ad and then we will get into it. Folks, a lot has happened, right? The election's done. I'm here as a speed bump for some of you guys. We'll talk about what that speed bump means, okay?
Now available, ebooks and e-workbooks to mentally and emotionally prepare you to visit, repatriate, or buy land in the Motherland. And the authentic handmade kente cloth I got from Kumasi, Ghana is now a home decor line made by yours truly. Get a piece of the Motherland until you can visit yourself. Click the link in the description box to visit my store.
Yes. You see my cute little pillows? Folks, I made that by hand. So I went to Kumasi. It was my Kumasi, Ghana, my fourth trip, I think. It was my fourth trip. And folks, I bought a whole bunch of kente cloth. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? So, folks, I brought out, I think they don't offer it in schools anymore. They call it domestic, what do they call it? Domestic classes? Jasoness. Yours is easy. Jasoness Tillery. Okay, Kiana, yes, I'm glad you are a female because I would have felt super crunchy. Okay. What was I saying? So I had to bust out my skill set from junior high. I don't think they have classes anymore because of whatever sexism. They didn't like the domesticated classes where they teach you how to sew and cook. They took those out of schools because someone was complaining? Who? We have both genders in my class. Anyways, long story short, I took sewing classes way back in junior high. I had to bring that back for them pillows. So yes, I made those by hand, folks. Okay, let me go into appreciation because I got to show my people that I appreciate them. Thank you, Team Heart, for your monthly contribution of $25 a month. Angela Adams, Andrew Graham. Andrew, I still don't know who you are, brother. Reveal yourself, okay? Felicia Edwards, thank you, Felicia. Team Gold, Iode Coker, thank you for your $10. BCB and Amazing Amari. These people have been donating for like almost 2 years, so I appreciate it so much. It comes through clutch. clutch. So I appreciate you guys for that. Folks, thank you so much for joining. Last week, I had a little breakdown, but it's okay. So we will have a question and answer this session. That was unexpected last week, but I thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for all the encouragement. At last week's live stream about the IMF, Ghana's almost $3 billion IMF loan. That was probably my second most popular live stream since the petition video. Since I asked you guys to sign my petition regarding the land scam. So, and then other people were saying they want to talk about that more. So let me know in the comment section if that's something you want to talk about, because I don't think there's a lot of people I don't even know if there's one person talking about like the economic stance from a YouTube perspective, the economic stance of Ghana or any other country in the motherland. So yes, let me know if you guys want to do that again, because we can do that. I got through all my notes. So it would have to be you guys participating a lot on that one. Okay, so today, the title of this is, are you ready to repatriate? Are you repatriation ready? Now, in the comments, let me know what stage you're in. Where are you at in your journey? You still haven't visited yet? So put 1 if you still need to visit, put 2 if you want to repatriate, and put 3 if you already have bought land, you're already there, you're already living your best life as a repatriate, and you're just joining because you just like to hang with me, okay? Which is cool too. I like that. Put 1 if you're planning on visiting, and 2 if you want to repatriate, because today we're talking about repatriation. And you know what inspired this live? The election, okay? The election that we just had. And if you have been with me the last, 6, 7 weeks, we've talked about, yes, we would like to see that from you. Okay. The last, 6 weeks, I've been talking about my new mission here. And we're really delving into, why are we repatriating, right? Why are we selling 3? Okay. Why? You're there already? Oh, ATM. Yes. 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. 2 and 3. I love it. Aphrodisiac villas and spa. I think last week was your first week here. But as you guys know, my mission is to bridge the emotional, educational, and cultural gap when it comes to visiting, repatriating, and doing business in the motherland. So the last 6, 7 weeks of my live streams have been catering to that. Whether it's hair, like the video where I released yesterday, or your EQ, your emotional intelligence, right? Purchased land, started a few businesses, next to build a home, all in Sierra Leone. Nice. So I took my test, and I'm Sierra Leonean from the Mende people. So 100% too on my mom's side. And I did a live stream on that, how Sierra Leone has partnered with African ancestry. From what I heard, they're not doing it, but it's coming up. You get automatic citizenship. Folks, take that DNA test, because some of these, I think 2 countries, Sierra Leone and Kenya, mentioned it, that they will give you automatic citizenship if you can prove that you're a descendant. So me, my mom, my auntie, we all did it. So we can literally, when they open it up again, go to Sierra Leone through AfricanAncestry.com and get our dual citizenship. Some of you guys are 1 test away, right? And what's significant about that? I forgot I was holding this water. What's significant about that is, especially Blueprint, if you want to do business, buy land and all that, you will have citizenship and you can get longer lease years, right? Please come home. We need you from the diaspora. I'm Ghanaian, and I chose South Africa over Ghana for relocating. Aphrodisiac, that's a big thing. What you just said is pretty big. And I'm glad you mentioned that, right? Because, folks, like I said, this is my mission. I'm a speed bump for some of you guys. You know the purpose of a speed bump is? When you're going too fast, we want to prevent crashing. I love that analogy. Ooh, we want to prevent crashing, right? And we want you to slow down before you hurt yourself and other people. And so this election, from Cameroon through African ancestry, nice. Yeah, I haven't took a DNA test yet. That website would Yes, I would recommend. That's the website I did. So after the live stream, I'll add that link to the description box. You can just go and click on it. I went through this program. Dual citizen can land hold free, not leave. Oh, blueprint. So in Sierra Leone, once you're a citizen, it's freehold land, not lease land. Very important. Now, if you're not a citizen, it's leasehold land in Sierra Leone. Am I correct? Please correct me on that. So, yes, that's the significance of dual citizenship, folks. So, put that in your bag. Let that sink in, because some of you guys are one test away of becoming a dual citizen, and that's going to help with your emotional stability, right? Because that's one thing I told myself after realizing that me and my family don't have any other options, because I was Uber driving, and I still Uber drive, guys. I was Uber driving. I picked up this guy from Kenya. Um, Perfect. Yes. I picked up this guy from Kenya, and he said, yeah, this is the first time Trump was elected. And he said, I don't know. This Trump's elected. I might just go back to Kenya because my grandparents have land and develop property for me over there. I think I'm just going to go and turn it into Airbnb and live off that. He said that. This was what, 2019? I said, what options do my family have if all hell was to break loose? And that's what triggered that's what triggered me to look into Sierra Leone, to look into my citizenship, to look into Ghana and what was the best West African country to do real estate in. So yeah, that's what triggered it. And so when I realized that my family has no options, I'm going to create options for that. And that's where this YouTube page came from, folks. And it has been crazy ever since. So we're going to talk about emotional stability, right? Because some of you guys, how do you feel about this election? Some of this election stuff has already caused you to say, it's time to get out of here. We're moving tomorrow. Really? Really? Well, all hell haven't broke loose. It's just a man that's been elected that most people, well, according to the elections, that most people like. Okay. But what does this have to do with today's live? All I'm doing is bringing awareness to our emotional stability, because folks, we have so many traumas we're working through as a people. If you're a descendant of Africa, especially through the enslavement trade over 400 years ago, okay, we have a lot of trauma. I'll give you an example. For a while, a window of time, I was virtually assisting people with buying land in Ghana, okay, and Trump has already caused me financial gain. Hey, I mean, it can go so many. That's a whole different topic, Blueprint. Well, it's a whole different topic. But what was I going with that? Oh, so when I was helping people and consulting people, the number one thing that popped up all the time, they were in a rush and they were emotionally unstable. Right? And those handful of people that were emotionally unstable and in a rush, guess what they're saying to me now? They said, Leslie, I should have calmed down and waited and listened to you. And I said, you should have, right? But now they're to the point to where they can't back out because they've done so much already when it comes to building, right? And they're saying, in a couple of years, I'm going to sell this and move on. But for right now, I'm just here. I'm stuck in it. And I said, right? So that's where this new vision of me connect. Because I said, I looked at my own life and I said, Leslie, how'd you get here? And I had a revelation, folks. I said, what could have came in my direction to cause me to stop and just think for a little bit? And in my mind, I'm like, no one could have done planning over haste. Right. We don't want to do that. No one could not have said anything to me that would have prevented me from moving too quickly, because my mind was already set. So I said, what should I have done? calm down and not been in a rush. But what do you do when you can't even control you? Because your mind is so from influencers, from celebrities, from campaigns, from countries, from presidents from different countries. And then we have the presidential elections of people that we don't like. So there's so many things coming at us. People with hidden motives to get our money. Oh, my brother, my sister, come. We love you. We miss you. And then you go and you're just like, what happened to the love? So, yeah, there's nothing that would have stopped me. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a process. I'm going to be that speed bump. And so that's where this has come into play. Okay. So, folks, what is repatriation? Tell me that in the comments, por favor. What is it to repatriate? I think Kiana, you're planning on visiting. So when you think and repatriating, because you put 1 and 2, when you think of repatriating, what are you thinking? Like what in your mind? Why? Why are you repatriating? And what is it that you think is on the other side from repatriating? Because a lot of us believe it's greener on the other side. Let's let that sink in, right? A lot of us believe leaving Babylon. Magotsi! Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Folks, Babylon is a system, it's not a location. African ancestry to get your tribal connect. Blueprint, that is in response to what? Okay, Magotsi. So you're saying repatriation is leaving Babylon. ATM, repatriation is when you settle down in another country. Okay. Anyone else? Kiana, ready, Freddie girl? I'm waiting for you. And while you guys put your answers up, what is repatriation? And folks, I'm reading from my ebook. Okay. Repatriation, according to Merriam-Webster 2022, more brown people and better business opportunities. Okay. Someone asked. Oh, okay, got you. Is the acting of return to one's country of origin. Most of us are considered diaspora. The diaspora is a people who have been spread or been dispersed from their homeland. For some of us, the previous sentence is an emotional trigger, right? Just thinking about, the enslavement trade and how we got to where we're at is a trigger. We'll explore emotional intelligence and assess where you stand. So in the description box, I literally have a quiz because this is my contribution. In the description box, best to have 1 foot on each. Ooh, baby T. This is the first time I've seen your name. Welcome. That's a good point. What was I saying? I want to move, build, and live freely amongst my people. Got to. And it's when you're moving back to somewhere where you descended from. Opportunity. If you have the right team, you can start with less capital. That's a good point. So in the description box, Kiana, it will be perfect for you to take that quiz. It literally goes over your emotional intelligence, where you're at right now when it comes to repatriating. How close are you? And if you're not close, right? What to do to get to the point to where your repatriation will be a smooth transition. So that link is in the description box right now. You'll be so happy you did it. So happy you took it. But to go back to what some of you guys are saying, excellent, right? Opportunity. Especially, I can only talk about Ghana because that's actually where I'm doing business. And then West Africa, well, the motherland in general, but it's developing, folks. Like here in the States, in California, Los Angeles, there's less opportunity because it's already been developed. It already has been capitalized on, right? And so the people that are going from 0 to 100, especially financially, it's because they have a specific skill, a very keen skill that adds value. Hey, Africa Emerge, right? So a lot of people, just like Blueprint said, you go to another country you repatriate to another country for opportunity, which is why I went. I said, I can buy land with just my budget. Folks, where am I going to buy beachfront land in California, Los Angeles? Are you kidding me? What? I don't even think we have just bare land on the coast, on the west coast of California. Now, if there's houses that go on sale, now you're talking about millions of dollars for those homes on the coast. Where am I going to go with my little Uber change? Huh? So I was like, ooh, opportunity. I'm willing to start from the grassroots. I'm willing to start from the bottom. All day eloquence. Now is the time for us to establish ourselves in Africa. Right. And folks, it is the time to establish yourself, but we got to go there in an orderly fashion, educated and emotionally stable, mentally and emotionally stable. So that time that you're talking about, all day eloquence, can be executed and streamlined so we don't waste money and time. Right? Because I said, ooh, like Blueprint said, I'm going for opportunity, but I wasn't ready for the lack of integrity and scamming culture. Right? I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for the patriarchy system. Right? The women as second class citizen. Now we go through that here as well, but we have more protection and rights here in the States as women. Over there, it's a different ballgame, folks. And I've done a lot of videos about that. And you can watch that. Absolutely. And with the community mindset. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Because let me tell you my story. The only reason I got where I am is because I had a virtual community. A lot of people right now, and probably some of you guys watching here, are part of the Black Israelite community. Y'all got stuff done because y'all came over in numbers. Over like what, 20, 30 years ago? Especially in Ghana, y'all been there for decades and you came in numbers. So when things go wrong, like that demolition, I know I have to do a live on that. You guys have pool, right? Now, if I didn't have a platform, a strong enough platform, folks, I would not even be where I am regarding EOCO, regarding the Foreign Affairs Ministry, regarding the Diaspora Affairs Office of the President. You think I would have got into those offices without a platform? No way. We need to move as a community, not as individuals. It won't work. Without a connection to Africa, you'll be of the haves in the future. Without a connection to America, you won't be of the haves in the future. Got you. You won't have nothing. You're the have-nots. That's what you're saying, a Blueprint. Without the proper connection, you'll be a have-not. I want to add to that, Blueprint. Without the proper connection and without the proper emotional and mental stability, you'll be a have-not. Ooh, put that on a shirt, okay? So the only reason I got to where I am is because I had a virtual community. Now that's powerful. And what's significant about that is, okay, it's cool that I had a virtual community, but some of you guys don't want to become content creators just to get what's rightfully due, and you shouldn't have to, right? But folks, until there is a implemented system of laws and regulations, what can you do? Because we don't want to. It shouldn't stop us from going over there. But like Blueprint said, and all day eloquence said, community. You can't go by yourself. Because the Chinese, the Lebanese, they all go in groups, right? My first time, right, buying land was through a group. But if that group don't know nothing, it don't matter either. So even the connection in Africa, it has to be legit. And how do you find your legit people? That's the gamble. That's the catch, folks. How much money do you have to spend? And how many people do you have to go through until you find that connection that Blueprint is talking about? Until you find that community that All Day Eloquence is talking about. You might find it on the first time. You might find it on the 8th time. I didn't find my lawyer to the 8th lawyer. Y'all just hear what I said? 8. Because eventually I learned the game. I said, okay, All y'all making money off of me and can't give me no results. In the States, lawyers don't get paid for the most part until they get you results, depending on, your case and everything. So I said, I'm going to use that tactic. And I'm going to say, nothing will be paid until I get results. Oh, they start falling off. Oh, yes. My community is called Small But Mighty Crew. This is why we're here. All Day Eloquence. Do you have a organization? Here in the live stream. I think that's what you mean. Yes. Small But Mighty Crew. If you're here, you're already abducted into the Small But Mighty Crew. That's the name of my community. What was I saying? It was a good point. Oh, the lawyers. So yeah, I started saying no one's getting money until I get paid. And lawyers started dropping off like flies. We don't do contingencies. Okay, next. Boop. We don't do contingent. Bye. We don't do. I said, I'm going to find one. And I did. And thank God that my lawyer was trained in the States and in the UK. So she already knows, and she's Ghanaian. So all three. She's Ghanaian, so she knows the Ghanaian law and culture, trained in the UK and trained in the States. Done. And I've referred several people to her, and they have no complaints regarding the due diligence process when it comes to land. But folks, I went through 8, just to let you guys know. 8 lawyers. How many people are you willing to go through until you find that community? Huh? Well, basically, you have a community now because now I have the connect. It's a money game to me. Who can get the most money out of you? Oh, yeah, for sure. Hands down. That's what it is. That's what it is. Folks, I haven't even got to my points because we've been talking so good. What is your advice for people who have I'm waiting till my money is at a perfect height syndrome? I'm assuming, for example, if I was like, I'm going to wait till my money is right, then go and invest in Africa. I think that's what you mean. What would be my advice? Planning. That's my advice. Planning and research. Because, folks, if you just go on when you're emotionally unstable, when you don't have your finances in order and you bust moves, that's the problem. You have to have your emotions in order. And when you lock down your emotions and you calm down and you plan, boom, that's the ingredients for making moves, right? So when, that saying, stay ready, you got to get ready. That's basically what that is. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So put a plan together, folks. I did 2 videos actually on websites to look for land. Get familiar so you know how much land and everything costs. And then you can put your budget together. And once you hit that budget, boom, now you make a move. But to just say, I'm waiting for my money to get right. What's the right? What's the dollar amount? What do you need? Because if there's no plan, you're just waiting for your money to get right. When will your money get right? You don't know because you don't got no plan. Okay. So aphrodisiac, that would be my advice to that. Calm down, be emotionally stable, and plan. Research. Let the research fuel your plan to find out how much you need when it comes to repatriating, when it comes to visiting, whatever. Plan it. Then once your money is the perfect height because of your plan, then you go. Hopefully that answered your question. Don't give up when you make mistakes or get scammed. Brush yourself off, regroup, and push forward with the wisdom gained. So I agree with that to a certain extent, because some people are selling everything they have, then going to the point where they can't recruit, especially if you're older. Some of them are people retirement age. Okay. So especially if you're close to the age to where you're retired and you're not working, you can't keep on getting scammed. Hello. You don't want to come back to the States and have to work because you took all your retirement and you got scammed. And folks, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Go Black to Africa. He talks about it. And he even interviews people that have lost tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands. I said, ooh, and they're elderly too. You ain't got time, right? So streamline it, calm down, research, plan, and folks, that link in the quiz will help you do that. Will help you do it. Okay, 8 lawyers route. Yes, 8. Like you have enough, but you still want to lock in before you make the move. You don't have to be in a rush for nothing. So in that case, it sounds like you need to make voyages. You know what I mean by that, aphrodisiac? You need to go and stay for long periods of time. So you have enough money where you're not ready to hop, skip, and jump over to make that permanent decision. Well, then hop over there and skip and jump and move over there just for 3 to 6 months. I say 6 months minimum, and get the feel of it. Right? Because and on top of that, someone said it earlier, you ain't gotta repatriate and be one country at a time. You can have your foot in the States and have your foot in the African country you choose. Who says we have to give up anything, especially that U.S. passport? Folks, we don't got to give that up. Our ancestors worked a lot for that. Who says we have to give that up? Who says that we have to leave? Ooh, that's a good point. Point number 1. You don't have to repatriate. Hey, that wasn't even part of my notes. Thank you, guys. That was a good one. You don't even have to repatriate. We can end the live right now. So good. You don't have to make a decision. Some African countries will let you keep your passport. Ghana is one of them. Unless you're doing group investments, a few grand won't do much. Even in the most African countries, most hustling can move mountains. But hustling can move mountains. Magosi, that's why I'm here, because of my hustle. Because I took my few $1,000s. The first thing I purchased was $6,000, right? But I had to hustle though, because being cheap cost me more than I planned to give. Agreed. Plan due diligence. Don't go lock, stock, and barrel. Get to know the locals on the ground. Yes, folks. That's one of the things I did. And visit during different seasons they have. Raining season is not easy. Blueprint, before I knew about raining season, I always went to Ghana during raining season, and I didn't know. I lived in a coconut hut during raining season. Folks, being ignorant, I can laugh about it now, but I was in this coconut hut, water falling on my forehead. Folks, so towards the end of me living here, for those that don't know, I did live on the land that I bought at the beachfront property. Towards the end, rain was falling on my forehead, folks. Falling on my forehead, okay? And for some reason, not for some reason, but I was ignorant. And I moved in that coconut hut, the crab shack. Those who have been following me know my whole story. I moved into that crab shack during rainy season. And that coconut hut was strong, very strong. But just that one night, it said bloop. I said, ooh, I think I gotta go to my neighbor's house. And I did, thank goodness. Good times. Dang, you're right. We don't have to repatriate. Yes. You don't have to. That's point number 1. You don't have to repatriate. I hope I answered your question, Blueprint. I like that house you had built. Yes. The community, and that's someone brought that up. Building relationships with locals, right? Even though this have a spiritual mindset when moving to Akubulan, as it will guide you in the right direction. Goddess warrioress. You just hit it on the head. That's the only reason why I have what I have and have the fractional success I have had, because folks, I can't wait to share my documentary with you guys. It literally shows my spiritual process and how I got to where I am. Yes, but let me also add, don't be so heavenly bound that you ain't earthly good. It's all balance, folks. It's all balance. Oh, thank you, Magosi. I appreciate that. No, I really appreciate that, seriously, because even though my story It's not over, but it's not ideal. It helps that someone needs to benefit from all this mess. So your compliment really means more to me than you know. Okay, point number one, you don't have to repatriate. How about that? Right? The title of this is Are You Repatriation Ready? You can get ready. You can stay ready, but you don't even have to repatriate. Just to let you guys know. You can be in the UK and have a country and be in the West Africa or South Africa, Central Africa. You can be in the United States, keep that passport, and be in a country and have businesses live, visit on the motherland. Made you into a Ghanaian queen, though you're my Sierra Salon sister. You and Authentic Africa need to come back to Sierra Leone. I need to visit, right? It is part of the plans, but folks, from what I've learned, it would be more of an emotional experience. And I ain't got $6,000 for some emotional experience. I need to go there and get some results. You hear me? So me getting my Sierra Leone passport, even though it is beneficial for sure, it would be an emotional purchase. And I'm just not in a position to be spending money emotionally. All right. So this whole live stream is about balancing your emotions. And balancing your emotions translates to balancing your check account. Huh? Enjoy the best of both worlds. Try to be bi-coastal. Well done for going and trying. It's never too late to go back. Now you have the knowledge. That's true. And folks, my journey is not over. It's just, if you're part of my newsletter, you know what's going on. So everyone that's joined my newsletter, you know exactly where I am. All the updated information is there. So it's not completely over. But I just don't have enough updates to put a whole 10-minute video together. So if you want to know exactly what's going on, literally week by week, join my newsletter. I think the link is in the description box as well if you want to be updated on a weekly basis of what's going on in my life and land in Ghana. Peace and blessings. Yes. Team Truth. That was my first purchase. 6,000 was this land in Gamoa Feta. Is it going to show? There we go. Fenced it, did all that I was supposed to do. Folks, that's a whole story in itself. So this is what I spent $6,000 on. It was about a little under $1,000 per plot. And folks, there's a whole playlist if you want to see my journey since the first time I started recording the Gamoa Feta land was January 2022. And you can see the last, 4 years of the journey. I followed, see? Yes, Magosi. I followed you for 4 years now. The ancestors are applauding you. I take it all in. First of all, thank you for joining me in this ridiculous roller coaster of a journey. And yes, Ashe. Thank you, ancestors. Chimney Abara Nation is a great Salon diaspora group to connect with Sierra Leone. Ooh, I want to write that down. Because, so I'm a descendant of Mende. I know people that are a descendant of Timne. And if they are they on Facebook? Yeah. Because even though I don't plan on going soon, I can still connect. Because that's another thing you guys taught me. Instead of me hopping and skipping on my own over there, connect with, oh, this is good advice. Connect with the diaspora that's already here in the States, right? So for example, if I join this group, I'm going to build relationships with people that live here in the States and get to know them. And then they're my connection to the actual country. So if I join the Sierra Leone group, build relationships with Sierra Leoneans that are already in the States, that already have family and connections, boom, then I follow that path instead of me just hopping and skipping on my own, right? Because I went over there with a Western mentality, right? I was like, I'm gonna get some land, and then it went over there. I'm like, what? There's no streamlined process, but by that time my money's gone, and I stayed in because I bought land outright. Never do it, folks. Don't buy land outright, because then you're forced to stay unless you're willing to walk away from money, and that's on you. That's your decision. But I wasn't walking away from my $6,000. Leslie, $6,000, that's not even a lot. It's a lot when you drive through the pandemic. I Uber drive through the pandemic for that money. I had a whole face mask, sweating, taking sick people to the hospital because they had corona, risking my life in the front line, quote unquote, front line. That $6,000 wasn't just $6,000. That was literally my blood, sweat, and tears. And folks, if you've been following my journey, my money, mistreating my money is like taking the Ark of the Covenant when you're not supposed to take it. Curse your whole land. Anyone who has touched that money has not worked out for them. I'm gonna drink to that. So either return the Ark of the Covenant, or you will not have peace in your house. I mean, I'm laughing, but I have evidence. No peace. Okay, moving on. Point number 1, you don't have to repatriate. Let's start there. For real, yeah. No, folks. Money is the fruit of our labor. We think of money, I lost my money. No, that's your time. That's your effort. Folks, that Ark of the Covenant analogy, put that on a shirt. That was a good one. I thought about that all on my own. That was a good one. Speaking of emotions, right? So we're starting this live stream because I'm your speed bump, just in case you're too antsy and too in a rush to go. Facts. I live in Miami now, but plan to move to Atlanta for a year before coming. Very huge African community there. Lots of wealthy people, Blacks, Africans, and Caribbeans. Oh, Israel. Perfect example. Thank you for sharing that. Money is money. However, you get it, okay? It's a good amount of money. Hey, I don't care if it was 1,000 or 100,000. Blood, sweat, and tears are attached to your work. And money is just the end result, is the fruit of your work. But Israel, that's good. Because now think about it. You build that relationship with that community. You have 3 places you can go now. You can go somewhere else within the United States. You can go to a different African country or the islands. Genius. And I learned that from Search for Uhuru. He brought that up because that's how he operates and works. He connects with someone in the States. They're from the African country he wants to go to, and then he builds relationships and uses them as a way to get into the African country. Genius. It's the way. It's the way, folks. Oh my gosh, we're at 43 minutes. We are talking, okay? Folks, I really think I only have probably 1 point. I mean, I have a list here that I'm looking at, but I flow with you guys. From this live stream, I think the most important thing is you don't have to repatriate. You don't have to, whether you're ready or not. Now, Leslie, I came on this live stream because you're going to help us get ready. Yes, the link is in the description box. Take the quiz. It's quick, 15 questions. Take it. You'll be glad you did. At the end of that quiz, you will get your results. It'll tell you where you're at and what you need to do to get to being ready to repatriate. So I got you guys. It's already done in the description box. For those that really want to know, am I ready? Take the quiz. But for everyone else, point number 1, and it might be my only point, you don't have to repatriate. You can be a voyager. I think Blueprint, you brought it up. You can be a voyager. You can go, the best example is BW, Black Wolf. I don't know, you guys probably see him. He's like the intro to my videos. I'm at the beginning before the premiere, and he talks about how he just loves my books. I mean, he has bought every single thing I've ever sold. And he was saying personally, I was talking to him and he was like, I realized, Leslie, I don't have to buy land and I don't have to build. Airbnbs, they have long-term stays. After he told me that, I said, that makes sense because he's retired. He worked for the military. Thank you for all you guys that are involved in military. We appreciate your service. And he was like, it's a new day. He said, I don't have to buy a house. I don't have to build nothing. I can, and he was like, instead of having another property somewhere else where I have to worry about it, pay for things and all this stuff, he was like, I can just stay at a long-term Airbnb. He stayed in, where did he stay? He went to the Dominican Republic because he was going to stay in my cousin's villa. See, connect. There's a connect. If you want to go to the Dominican Republic, I already have a connection for you. And a developer if you want to buy land. Folks, I got you. Okay. So he went there and just stayed for months. And then he got it out his system. He's like, and then he just came back to the States. I think he left somewhere. So what he does, he just travels and stays certain places for a long time. Ooh, is this not good? Point number one. And I think the only point for this whole live is you don't have to repatriate. Hello. You can live the best of both worlds, whether you're in the UK, the United States. And the reason I talk about those two, because the UK and the United States, those are most people that watch my videos are from those locations, right? Why not double? 1 foot here, 1 foot there. And then if you want to repatriate, you can do that too. Ooh. Folks, literally, there's nothing else to say. Question and answers time. Wow. I didn't plan for it to go like that. But does it not make sense? Does it not make sense? Folks, we're at the end of the road here for this live stream, not of life. But survey link is in description. So I'll say this one more time. If you came to this live to find out, are you ready? You take the quiz with the link in the description box and find out if you're ready. Folks, I included my own personal experiences in the quiz and talking to other people in the quiz. And then you'll get your results emailed to you. And you're going to be glad you did it. There's some more good stuff coming after you take that quiz as well. Exactly. Never put all your eggs in one basket. May the Most High continue to bless you. Yes. And receive all blessings. All right, folks. We'll take the rest of the time with any of your questions. Send it in the chat box. And then after question and answers, it's a wrap. Thank you for hanging with me, folks. This was great. It went better than I thought. Because I was like, well, I think I'm going to be talking for a long time. But no, that's why I love participation. Because literally, folks, I'm just a host. I'm just the face. Okay. And this platform is for all of us. Because you're part of the Small But Mighty Crew. This is a Small But Mighty Crew's platform. Okay. I'm just the face. I'm just the host. But if you guys come in my comments like this, you guys get to steer the conversation. Right? Because I have a whole, look at this. I had all this to go over. Huh? All this to go over. But I didn't need to. Because you guys led this whole live stream. And we got a revelation. You don't got to repatriate. What? That's what needed to come out. Spiritual warriorness, the spiritual mind, that's what just came out right now. You don't got to repatriate. All right, folks, no questions. Then we are good and solid. Next week, same time, 12 p.m. on a Sunday. Okay. Anything I need to say? House cleaning? No. Folks, I learned how to block people. I learned how to block people in last week's stream. So just remember, we are all one click away. Okay, I'm just talking now. So thank you for watching Small But Mighty Crew. Remember, my new mission here is to bridge the emotional, educational, and cultural gap between us and the motherland, because the gap is big, but it's okay. We're going to close it. We are. Thank you, everyone that's chimed in. This was great. I enjoyed myself. Until next week, stay blessed, stay healthy, stay fine as wine. And I'll see you guys